Hi everyone, welcome back to Smarta.
With Marta.
We are here for math lesson number 34. This is the answers video to review part 2.
Correct.
So if you haven't done 33, go back please, because these are going to be the answers.
Right, you should have your answers of your on your own questions ready to check.
All right, let's do some shout outs.
Okay, you go first.
Sure. My shout out today is for Hayumi. Hayumi's been doing a fantastic job on many things because she sends me lots of pictures of her work every week, multiple emails. However, one of the things she's doing a particularly great job in is we started talking about how one of her favorite movies is the movie Frozen. And I've never seen Frozen before. So I asked her, could you write me a summary of what Frozen is? And she did one better. Instead of doing a summary, she's writing out the entire movie.
Oh my goodness.
She's on already part 9. It's spanning like 6 pages so far, single spaced. And boys and girls in my class, you know how neat Hayumi writes, single space, it's filling a page. She's on part 9 so far, and it's looking and sounding great.
Great job, Hayumi.
Wonderful job, Hayumi.
My shout out is for Vivi and Flora because the two of them discovered this week at school that they are reading the graphic novels of Wings of Fire, and they are both enjoying them. So I'm not sure who decided to do it, but Vivi told me that they're going to make their own book club. So not something that Mr. Marta or I started. They started it on their own. So we're really proud of you for doing that.
Wonderful job.
And I hope that some other people might take that as an example and try to start their own book clubs.
So we have 6 book clubs going really now. The 5
Except
we're doing.
for there's one of them we don't even have to do.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, that is the true mark of someone who has shown what they're learning and using it in their life is to create your own book clubs.
Exactly. Way to go, Vivi and Flora.
Yeah.
Nice job. We're on the jokes. Should I go first?
Yeah.
How do you get a squirrel to like you?
I don't know. How do you get a squirrel to like you?
Act like a nut.
So I guess squirrels like you then.
Squirrels love me.
What type of bull is the cutest?
Bull?
Bull.
Well, my birth sign is Taurus, so me?
Adorable. You are adorable, Mr. Marta.
When I don't turn into the Hulk, I'm adorable.
All right, so it is time for you to get your answers ready and meet us over at the easel to check them out.
See you there.
We're here to do the answers for the math review part 2. So make sure that you've got your work done in front of you and you're just checking it right now.
If you haven't done math number 33 lesson, go back.
Yeah, so this is video number 34. Okay, we're working on fact families first. And of course, you remember there's 2 addition questions in a fact family and there's 2 subtraction questions in a fact family. I always like to start with the addition, but you don't have to. And I know in the addition, the biggest number is the answer. So I'm going to do 8 plus 5 equals 13. And then for my other addition question, I just need to switch these 2. 5 plus 8 equals 13. And in addition, it doesn't matter what order those are in because you're adding 2 things together. I have this, and I'm putting it together. It doesn't matter if I hold them this way or this way, it's still the same amount. When I do my subtraction question, I put my big number first, 13, then I just put the other ones in. Take away 8 equals 5. And then I start with my big number and I just switch these 2. So I start with 13, I take 8 away, I have 5 left. Or I can start with 13 and take 5 away and still have 8 left. All right, we're gonna do this one a little bit faster. 8 plus 9 equals 17, and then I switch them. 9 plus 8 equals 17. For my subtraction, I put the big number first. 17 minus 9 equals 8, and 17 minus 8 equals 9. Hopefully you got those all right. You can give yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 check marks. All right, subtracting with rounding up. Now, when I do these questions, I'm always going to check, can I do the easy way first? I have 7. Yes, I can take 2 away. I have 5. I can't take 9 away, so I need to round up. So I think, what's the next 10 after 29? It's 30. I thought Mr. Marta was motioning to me. He's just scratching his nose over there. Then I think, how do I get from 29 to 30? Well, I add 1. 29 and 1 is 30. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 75 and 1 is 76. Then I subtract it. 7 tens minus 3 tens is 4 tens. 6 minus 0 is 6. All right.
And so because 76 minus 30 is 46, then 75 minus 29 is 46, Mrs. Marta?
That is correct, because the difference is the same. All right. I have 3. Can I take 1 away? Sure can. I have 2. Can I take 7 away? Nope. Gonna have to round up. So I take 17 up to my next 10, which is 20. To get from 17 to 20, I'm gonna add 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, have to do to the top. 32 and 3 is 35. And then I subtract. I'm going really fast because I know you already have the answers on your paper and you're just checking. 5 minus 0 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 32 minus 17 is 15. Then I go on to my next one. I'm going to check. Can I do it the easy way? I have 4. Can I take away 3? Yes. I have 9. Can I take away 8? Yes. I can do this the easy way. 4 take away 3 is 1. 9 take away 8 is 1. No rounding up is necessary.
Could you show rounding up gets the same answer, Mrs. Marta?
Sure. So if I wanted to round up, I'd go up to 40. I would add 2 to get there. Then I would add 2 to the top. And I would have 51. And then I would have 1 and 1.
Well, look at that.
Same answer. This is way faster. All right, Mr. Marta is going to come over and he's going to do
Negative numbers.
the answers. For this one, I'm a little bit too short to reach that. You might want to use the blue because this one's
Sounds
starting
good.
out.
All right, boys and girls. I'll just make sure Miss Marta can see me. I told her I'd sit down so she wouldn't have to use the screen, but I will stand up to make the number line because we're on negative numbers. And the first thing you should be doing in negative numbers, I'll just slouch a bit, Mrs. Marta. Don't worry about
Okay, I'll just zoop the camera up a bit.
The first thing you should do is draw a number line. So I'm just going to draw a line all the way across here. I'm going to start my number line in the middle, so I have positive numbers on the right and negative numbers on the left. There's my 0. And I'm just going to make it up to 10, because it should cover me either way then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, label them out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now my negative numbers. I want to count backwards 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to number them 1 to 10, but they're negatives. I like to just number them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then go back and add my negative for each one. I find that a little bit faster. There's a number line. Now I'll sit down. Okay, so 5 minus 12, or 5 take away 12. We start at 5 and we take away 12. Well, I know from 5 to 0 is going to be 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm at minus 7. 1 minus 3. I start at 1. Take away 3. 1, 2, 3. We're at minus 2.
Some of you might have been able to do that one in your head.
Yeah, you can see that if you owed somebody $3 and you had only $1, and you gave them their $1, you still owe them $2 more.
Don't worry if you can't do it in your head yet, but the thing is, the more you do this, the more you will be able to do it in your head.
What I like to notice is these two numbers, Mrs. Marta, equal that middle number when it's a negative. If you pretend that was a positive, I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, so 6 minus 14. We start at 6 and then we take away 14. Well, I know 6 to 0 is 6, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I end up on minus 8, or negative 8. 7 minus 10. I bet many of you can do that one similar to how you did this one, because your fact families, your friendly facts of 10 are in your head pretty good by now, I think. But
I wouldn't say many, Mr. Marta. I would say maybe some people
That's
can
true.
do it in their head.
So let's do by the number line first then. 7. We start at 7, we got to take away 10. So we start at 7, we want to take away 10. Well, I know 7 to 0 is 7. Okay, so I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, minus 3. And that is our negative numbers, boys and girls. Hopefully you did well on that. If not, pause the video, go back, do it again till you get it right. Write some more questions out, use the same number line, solve those. When you're confident, go on to this section. Subtraction with expanded form. Now, like Mrs. Marta in her rounding up lesson, I want to first check, can I do it the easy way? Because it'll be a lot faster. 2 is less than 4, 5 is not less than 2. I have to do rounding up. I have to do expanded form in this one. I could do rounding up if I chose to, but we're practicing expanded form here. That's the beauty of knowing lots of strategies. This one you're showing us you can do this strategy. So, we're in the tens column. There is 1, 0, and a 10. How many tens do we have? 4 minus 2 is 2. We're in the ones column. 2 minus 5. I know that's going to be a negative answer because the negative number is greater than the positive. It's going to be negative 3. And the way I did that is we started at 2, took away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is negative 3. 20 minus 3. Well, if I had 20, and in my head I count backwards in any way, shape, or form I want to use. My number line,
Draw the
seeing
dots.
blocks, draw the dots, draw lines, however you want to count backwards. Or you can split that into 2 groups of 10. 20 is 10 and 10. And I take 3 away from 10, well, I know that's 7. 10 and 7 is 17, so I know the answer is 17. Whichever way you get it, as long as you got the 17, we're good. 83 minus 34, let's check for the easy way first. 8 minus 3, yes. 3 minus 4, nope, the 4 is greater than the 3, so I gotta do expanded form. I'm breaking your chair, Mrs. Marta.
Maybe don't sit on it that way because the edge curves out.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hulk too big.
Don't break chair.
Hulk smash chair.
No breaking the chair.
83 minus 34. So we're in the tens column. 1, 0, and a 10. My board's falling over. 8 tens minus 3 tens. I'm left with 5 tens, which is 50. 3 minus 4. Well, then negative 4 is greater than that 3. That's why we couldn't do it the easy way. So I know it's going to be a negative answer. What is the difference between 4 and 3? 4 minus 3, well, that's 1. And if you did that at the number line, you start at 3, took away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're on negative 1. Now solve this. 50 minus 1. Simply counting backwards. The number before 50 on number line is 49. Last one in expanded form. First, let's check for an easy way. 5 is less than 7. 2 is less than 6.
Woo!
I'm not doing expanded form. 7 minus 5 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. All done. And you could have done it with expanded form if you really wanted to. Maybe you didn't notice it was the easy way, so you did. Oh,
I can't really see that.
Oh.
Well, maybe switch.
no problem. Mrs. Marta made a face. I thought I wrote the wrong numbers down.
No, I just
Turns
can't
out
see
she
it.
just couldn't see it.
Well, also I don't have my glasses on, so that could be part of
These
it.
felts are a little bit getting older because we've been using them quite a bit for a while. Okay, not number line, expanded form. Same question. We're going to get the answer 24. Let's prove it. We're in the tens column. There's our 10. How many tens do we have? 7 minus 5. We have 2 left over. We're in the ones column. 6 minus 2. We have 4 left over. Let's add them together. 24.
Mr. Marta, how come you added them together instead of subtracting them that time?
Because there's no negative sign there. Good question, Mr. Marta. So that's another question, another thing you have to look for. You have to look, is there a negative there? That would change the answer entirely, wouldn't it? So if you don't have any negatives, they're all positives. Simple as that. If you had all negatives, you'd be a negative number. So this was a negative 20 and a negative 4, you would get negative 24. So the negatives add together, the positives add together. Optional challenge question. Let's see if Mr. Marta was nice and gave it to us the easy way. 3 is less than 5. 5 is not less than 4. 8's not less than 7.
It wouldn't be a challenge if you made it easy, Mr. Marta.
I'm going to do expanded form on this because I love expanded form. So here we go. We're in the hundreds column here, not the tens. Starting in the hundreds. I know the number 100 has 2 zeros. How many hundreds am I left with? 5 minus 3, I have 2 hundreds remaining. Now we're in the tens column. Negative 5 is greater than that 4 value. So 4 minus 5, I can tell you right now it's going to be negative 10. And here's how I did that. I was in the tens column, so I wrote my 0. And then I knew the answer was going to be negative because the 5 is greater than the 4. So I put the negative there. And I also have 5 minus 4 is 1. But to be honest, I didn't go through all that in my head. I just saw 40 minus 50. So I took away the 40 from the 50 and I left with 10. I knew I minus 10. Here we go. Last column, ones column. 7 minus 8. Well, again, that negative is greater than the on top, so it's going to be a negative number. What's the difference between 8 and 7? 8 minus 7 is 1. And we can look at the number line if you want to. I could have done it there as well, but let's do it for the 1 to make sure. We started with 7, and we took away 8. Well, 7 minus 7 is 0. Take away 1 more is minus 1. Okay. Now what do we have?
I would take the 10 away
It's
first.
interesting, Mrs. Marta, because in my class, we did similar questions like this last week in our math review sheets. And some of the kids grouped that 200 together, like I would do. Others grouped this together and then did it again. They both work. Whichever way you find and like, do it. But I like getting rid of the negatives as big as possible. And these are 0 numbers. So getting rid of this is going to be simpler for me. 200 minus 10. So you got to think you're on a number line. You're all the way in the positives in 200. And you're counting backwards by tens. It's kind of tricky.
So I do it like this. 20 tens, take away 1 10.
Yes. So you can do it this way. Here's the number line at 200. And you were counting up by tens. I'll stop there. 180, 190, 200. So I can see 200 minus 10 is going to be 190. What Mrs. Marta did was she looked at the tens. 20 tens minus 1 10. So you have your tens column. 20 tens minus 1 is 19. So 190. But now we still have this. We've taken care of these two. We still got to bring this one over. Minus 1. 190 minus 1 on the number line, just count 1 back. You know the 100 is not going to change. It stays there. 90 minus 1, 89.
That was a big challenge.
It's a big challenge question. I know some kids might have taken this and they would have grouped these two together and they would have got minus 11. And some kids would have written then, going this way instead, 200 minus 11, and they have to do a whole section for that as well. I find you could do it that way, but it's a lot more difficult.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, well, exactly. Ironically, you get the exact same thing here because look, in the 200 column, you're left with 200. In the tens column, you have a minus 10. In the ones column, you have a minus 1. So you're essentially exactly where you were here. Exactly. Whichever way you like, your choice. Boys and girls, that takes care of all of our questions, I believe.
Yep,
it does.
Time for Rexy.
Time for Rexy. See you there.
So after last time, I'm keeping a little bit of a closer eye on Rexy so he's not disappearing. So here is Rexy's joke for today. How do you ask a Tyrannosaurus out for lunch?
How do you ask a Tyrannosaurus out for lunch?
T-Rex? Get it? T-Rex?